Everyone.
Yeah, good morning. Good early morning. It's 7:21 a.m. here. Are we not supposed to tell them that?
It's all the different time zones. We are kicking things off and just waiting for some people to join. So we'll start the stream here very shortly.
What's everybody drinking today? Today, I didn't have enough time to pull an espresso shot because all of my beans were full and I needed to grind beans. And I was like, there are only 5 minutes. So I switched back to matcha latte. We'll see how long this carries me through the day.
Yeah, we'd love your feedback. We're recording this 1 hour ahead of time, so because we had conflict, which is why poor Fatima is sitting at night, basically recording this.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not too bad. I get to wake up with the rest of the world. Hi, John.
Hello. We can barely see the night out your windows in this.
Yeah, it's just really, this is a window right here.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today for BoltsnBytes. If you're new to this, welcome. This is a live stream production brought to you by Pantheon's developer advocacy team. On this weekly series, we're going to share what's new in open source communities, as well as updates on stuff Pantheon's working on, and anything cool and exciting we've come across recently.
We'll also chat events, developer tools, and spotlight things from the community. At the end of the show, we'll share a collection of links to all of the things that we discussed. Today's episode has a cool name. We've started naming our episodes. It's called BoltsnBytes Episode 7, a whole latte of community love. Sometimes we also do giveaways, so come hang out with us every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Yes. By the way, I'm John.
I'm Fatima.
I'm like, oh yeah, my introduction. And we're on the developer relations team here at Pantheon. We're currently hiring a developer advocate. So if you'd like to come work for us, check out our careers page. Lots of other positions available as well.
We're starting out today with our tech showcase, trying to mix things up a little bit here. We wanted to share with you SIP, which is a color picker tool for Mac. So I'm going to start screen sharing. We're using a new software today, so this might be interesting. Here we go. So SIP is a tool that sits in my menu bar that allows me to kind of pick colors from anywhere on a web page or an application. It's really neat if you're doing a lot of front-end development because you're able to just grab a color off the page. It's also really nice if you see a picture you really like and you're looking for a palette that matches that picture, or you're looking for similar colors and you can go around color picking from the whole website. It's really neat, and you can organize colors as well. I used this a lot when I was doing front-end development and had some creative direction capabilities.
I love it. I also appreciate that the name fits in with our latte theme for today. So the app of the day.
That was totally planned.
Awesome. Thank you. It's a great tool for front-end development. I've tried a couple color pickers and I've had problems with them. So I definitely want to try out the SIP. It looks like it would be handy for that because I'm always trying to find the right one. And if you've got something that has gradations, it's really hard to find the precise color that you're looking for.
Yeah, I think with SIP, it's one of those tools that I use it and it works so well that I forget about it. Those tools where you're like, I never have had to change it. It's been at least 4 years. I've never replaced it. It just works.
I was using a browser one, but I found that whenever the problem was browser states would modify it. So I like that this one is not within the browser. It might change things on hover, whereas if you have one that's outside of the application, it won't change the state, I think. So.
Yeah, since this one sits in your menu bar, it's kind of global.
All right.
Next up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I'm excited about this one. So Orbit is hosting 100 Days of Community. It's a virtual challenge where together for 100 days, we're going to tweet our best community building tips, tricks, challenges, and experiences. It's been really cool.
I'm really excited about this, and even better, Fatima has been able to get a Twitter takeover of the Get Pantheon account. So we'll be sharing our thoughts once a week there. So thank you, Fatima, for doing that. That's exciting. Bringing some energy to the main Twitter account. So check it out there. There may even be a blog post that comes out around this about what our community has to say. So if you all listening out there have advice, please tweet or Slack at us or jump into our forums. We'll be listening.
Absolutely. I am really excited to learn from other people, but also share things. Next up, calling all Drupalcons. Oh my God, it's early. So my old friend and former mentor, Martin Alexander Klutz, which is the only other person in Drupal that has a really great mustache but doesn't work at Pantheon, actually works at Acquia. I feel like that's competitive now. We should have like a mustache competitive competition. Best Community Mustache Award. Wrote this article called Managing Dates and Times in Drupal as easy as possible, and it shares his story working with the Smart Date module and making it easy enough that it has the same kind of experience that any scheduling or calendar application might have.
In the article, he talks about installing the module, how it works, how you can add fields and warnings, and also about how complex that rabbit hole can get when you start customizing dates.
Definitely not surprised. I remember Martin working on this module when we were working together like 5 years ago. And so it's really cool to see how far the module has come and then, how many people are actually dependent on this. So we'll share that article with our list of links as well.
Perfect.
Now for some celebrations. Woo! This week, we want to give a big super duper congratulations to Ellie Ludwigson, EKL1773, I believe is her username, for her new job as Senior Product Marketing Manager at Mattermost. Ellie is so amazing. I've worked with her before on the Drupal mentoring team, John, and also on the Drupal diversity leadership team. So congratulations, Ellie. Mattermost is really lucky to have you.
Yes, congratulations to both of them. What a wonderful pairing. So best of luck going forward.
Calling all Wapus. John, I heard you're wearing a shirt that I can purchase.
Yes, you should check out the sweet little beard lift so you can see as well. Check out this sweet swag item available from WP Campus. They are, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say we're trying to figure out how to do swag with an e-event, and so you can purchase this online, and all the profits from this campaign are going towards the American Civil Liberties Union. So, do some good while you also get some sweet swag if you're going to be at WP Campus.
And at WP Campus, John is also speaking. And you're doing 2 talks, but one of them is kind of the one that we want to highlight for everyone. And it's called Focus on Projects That Matter. Use governance to free your team from endless sites. So I wanted to quickly take a look at your project abstract. So this sounds like a really great talk about how governance can help your team work on a really complex project and be successful. Am I getting that right?
Yes, and you'll hear maybe some horror stories of how I did things wrong the first time and had to learn from that.
So he'll share what he learned as he worked out of a bit of never-ending site creation, which I think a lot of our viewers can definitely empathize with and have been down that rabbit hole. One of the things, John, I love about this is in your bio, it says that you live in St. Louis with your wife and clouder of cats.
Thank you. I have a a good friend to thank for that line. I was trying to work on my bio, and she gave me some advice. I didn't know about the word clouder, and once I heard it, I was like, this is part of my identity forever. So it's been there now for 7 years, thanks to her wonderful input.
Yeah, John, you have 3 cats. Am I right?
4 cats.
Oh, you have 4 cats. Oh, we should do a Meet the Cats show.
You will only
totally tweet at us.
3.
That explains why. I remember you sent us a really funny video. At some point, we should share that video that your wife made about the cats and the suitcase.
Yes, they love to hide, so it's rare to ever see all of them at once.
That's great. We should totally do a Meet the Pets show. That'd be really cool.
Yes. Yeah, I might have to find time to pre-record their videos because they're not ones that are going to want me to hold them here live on stream.
Yeah, they're going to be like, sorry, Dad, I'm busy today. Lots to do, not enough time.
Yeah, lots of napping.
And then from Drupalcon Europe, if you're speaking at Drupalcon Europe in a few weeks, we'd love to find out what your session is and how excited you are, and maybe we'll promote it on the show as well.
Yes, please let us know. We'll be there, and we'll be speaking too. Come check us out at our booth. We're figuring out what all we're doing, but we'd love to promote you and maybe hang out with you as well.
Yeah, 2 a.m. booth Jackbox party sounds great. That's going to be a really weird week. I feel like I go nocturnal for Drupalcon Europe, and then I have to recover the week after.
I also am excited to do a coffee callback, hence our title of today. But last week, if you missed it, we had the wonderful Katie Richards on, and she shared some great community advice, but also shared some wonderful coffee advice. I had been slowly buying up all the supplies she had recommended because I'd heard about it before, and I finally had my first chance to try it after she told everybody. And I can report back that the cold brew made using her method was excellent. I was at a cabin with a bunch of friends, and people there were coming in asking for some of my precious cold brew.
That's the best compliment.
Yes, it was a solid win. So thank you, Katie, and to all of you out there who haven't tried it. Check out last week's episode and her advice. Also want to give a little shout out to AJ Schwab and his recommendation of elote. I'm terrible at pronunciation. Corn chip dippers, and they were delicious. I had just gone to Trader Joe's, picked them up, but wasn't sure how they would be. So thanks for that wonderful recommendation as well.
I forgot to turn on the participant names earlier.
Oh, it's Fatima I've been talking to all this time. Oh, I was so worried.
Just in case you don't know who we are, this is how you reach us.
I love it.
Yeah, Avi is really great. Avi helps run MidCamp, which usually runs in March or April. It's one of my first and favorite Drupal camps. That's where I usually take the first iterations of my talks always. They're a really great community. One of the things I really miss about MidCamps, talking about coffee, is they usually hire a food truck outside. And it'll have a vegan option, and they'll give you meal tickets, and there'll be 2 food trucks, and you can decide what hot food you want. And I just thought that was the best camp food experience, it's not a sandwich. A lot of camps do it well, but I thought MidCamp did it. It was an elevated food experience.
Oh, I love eating at food trucks. So that seems like an awesome experience. What a great idea. Fresh too, instead of the tortilla that's been sitting and getting moisture built up over the whole day till lunchtime arrives.
The sad vegetarian sandwich with a cold slice of eggplant. Yes. I know it too well.
I'm sorry.
Well
done, MidCamp. You're awesome.
What else can you tell us about the board games you've played this weekend, John? Just to give us a little bit of other content.
Yeah, so this weekend I was out playing board games, which was why thankfully somebody filled in for me last week. Me and a bunch of friends got together. We had like over 100 games. We played some that were awesome. One of my favorites, Spirit Island. I was able to convince people to play twice. So if you enjoy playing reverse Catan, so instead of going in and colonizing a place, you're the spirit saying, colonizers, get out of our land. You should check out Spirit Island. It's also
Can
really
confirm.
hard. So.
We played that on Tabletop Simulator with John Wynn the other day, and it was it's a little complicated because there's a lot going on, but it is really fun to be like, well, I just want to wipe out this colonist city.
And one nice thing
I do like how they've reversed the narrative there.
Yes. One nice thing for a complicated game that's a co-op is that as long as somebody at the table knows that you can take some time and work through things together until everybody's up to the same speed. Whereas in a competitive game that has a high learning curve, there's always this weird piece of like asking advice from somebody who's trying to stomp you. Well, it depends on what your friends are. My friends are always trying to stomp me. So,
so my friends will help you and they will give you advice that maybe they shouldn't be giving you, but they will still win. So
yes, indeed.
Yesterday I took a day off, a full day off, and I had some friends from New York that I haven't seen in a couple years that came to visit, and we all went to like the Golden Gate Bridge to take photos, and then to Muir Woods where there's no cell signal, and so I was literally off the grid for 3 hours and walking in the woods, and it was really great. So if you have it and you need it and you might be burnt out like I was, take a day off. This is your scheduled reminder.
I love it. There's something about getting back into nature that's very therapeutic. So I went to this when I was at the board game retreat that we were doing. It's a cabin in the woods, and I always just sit and do board games all day. But our next to last day, one of my friend's kids were like, let's do some swimming. Nobody else wanted to. They needed an adult.
Ooh.
I went out and went swimming, and I haven't done that in over a year. And I forgot how enjoyable it was just to get out and I was on the lake and just swimming out there with them and friends. And it was just being out in nature is so wonderful, enjoyable experience. So I'm glad you were able to find time to do that yesterday as well.
Yeah, I definitely forget on a day-to-day, you get so busy and then you go out and you're like, why don't I do this more often? I've also gotten much better at the winding mountain drive that leads up to Muir Woods. I think this was the 6th time I did that drive, and my friend's mom was like, oh, you're a very good driver. And I was like, oh, I've won. That's it. When a parent, an elder parent, compliments your driving, you're like, that's it. I'm good.
Yes, that is incredible. You've achieved true driving pinnacle status. So
yes. And true day off in the middle of the week that is actually relaxing status. Ask me next week if I do that again. I haven't checked my Slack notifications, so it's a little early to say how bad today is going to be, but I did enjoy my time off.
Well, I'm sorry to yank you up early in the morning on your on a day where you should have been sleeping in, coming in off of a day off, Now you're
I was just so tired and so refreshed. So I think it only would have worked because I went to the woods yesterday. Otherwise, I would have gotten here and been like, oh, why are we here? As always, putting together this show is a highlight of my week. It's just so fun to gather all this content from the community and figure out what we want to share and talk about. And I'm really looking forward to future iterations and segments and things like that.
Yes, I'll tease. We've got some people looking at some different guest speakers that may be joining. I know I won't be here next week. So Fatima, do you have any teasers for what might be coming?
If you're a fan of David Needham or Unreal Nighthawk, because he is gaining some gamer stream Twitch fame, David Needham will be joining us next week and will be co-hosting with me while John is away.
Yes, that will be wonderful. Don't miss it. I'll have to catch it while I'm flying out to Texas and watch it on the thing. So,
race to the airport, except no race to the live stream.
Much less stress that way.
That's awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this kind of early, not for you, but definitely for us, episode of BoltsnBytes. If you'd like to be featured in our celebrations, or if you'd like us to talk about some project that you're working on, or a blog post that you wrote, because we love to amplify our community's work, you should join our weekly Working Out Loud thread in the Pantheon forums and share stuff with us.
Yes, if you enjoyed this episode, we'd also love if you would give it a like or a retweet, leave us a comment or share your favorite part so we can continue creating content you would like to see. And we're always looking for links to things. So if you've got exciting news you'd like shared, let us know. And then the links for the stuff that we did mention will be in a reply tweet with the details for that. So join us here every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. And as kind of mentioned already, next week's show we'll have a special guest.
That's right. Stay tuned to see our best friend, David Needham, next week, who is also Pantheon's newest hero. And since we're always using David's tagline to end the show, see you around in the community.